Yoyoyo, on est sur Yakuza Like Dragon. Et on continue l'aventure. Donc on est niveau 32. On est chapitre 10. Justice et miséricorde. Alors ce qu'on va faire, je l'ai pas fait hier. Hein, mais... Ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va... pour tous ces dialogues d'amitié, on va passer. Voilà. On va passer pour débloquer le... débloquer le cadenas. Ah, désolé hein. C'est giga long. Voilà, c'est très très long. Ah, moi ça débloque le cadenas et je peux passer niveau 1. Voilà. Souvent j'XP l'amitié mais ça monte pas. Là, au moins on avance. Alors ça j'en ai aucune idée. Par contre. Il est en costard. Passe moins vite, comme ça si j'en veux le lire.
Except, give me a. Anyway, only thing left. Why me? Well, yeah, I guess. Come on, please, man. Fine, but when you win, what if he was 5 years old?
Il parle de Takashi. Ah, bah c'est vraiment avec Takashi, c'est intéressant finalement. C'est le jeune qui paye là son truc. Takashi? Voilà. On arrive au moment intéressant.
Look at you, all grown up. What? Oh, no. It's just, I still imagine you the way I did when we first started writing each other 20 years ago.
C'est une coach du event, ouais.
We finally meet Yamada-san. Thank you so much for supporting me all this time.
Oh, I just enjoy lending a hand to promising kids like you. That's.
Je vais voir ce qui se passe avec ce gosse là. Ce qui m'intéresse, c'est après.
What is this place?
Oh, it's a bar I run as a hobby. I'm a.
En fait, de jazz, de acheter juste pour le plaisir, c'est incroyable. Et êtes-vous l'esclave, ça va aussi. Le styliste.
Oh, I'm. When you're as rich as this guy, you need. I shop for days for the suit, just for.
Well.
Et incroyable, on n'entendait pas moins de quelqu'un comme vous.
But why bring your stylist to the?
Well, he not only is he a stylist.
Oh wow, he's really versatile.
Now, Takashi-kun, where's the owner?
His name is Hasagawa-san. He should be here.
Wow, c'est une racaille.
Oh, there he is.
Esclave, oui, il y avait marqué esclave. J'ai pas mis esclave.
Asking me to come all the way out here to dive like this?
There's a few things I'd like to ask you.
Oh, you must be Daddy Law.
Why are you demanding $1 million for a scratch book?
Because this is no.
Oh, is that?
I don't know much about cars.
It may look like a typical. And now I have to send it back to England.
Right. Mind telling us?
Well, I was just sitting there waiting for the signal, and that's when his pedals scraped up against my.
Takashi-kun.
I guess. I didn't feel like I hit anything.
Mon pantalon, mais j'ai remarqué rien quand il est.
I wish it'd been the hem of your pants. When I heard the scraping sound, I looked over.
C'est un menteur lui.
What is?
If it was a regular sedan, all you'd be able to see from the driver. No way you'd see the bumper down below.
Oh, in my car, you can see it. Steering wheel's on the left, you know.
On the left, huh? That's even funnier. Did you know? British and Japanese cars.
C'est un menteur lui.
I say the mark on the bumper was already there.
So what'll it be? Admit you were trying, but if you decide you want to keep bitching over nothing.
By the way,
Aïe aïe.
I'm not just Yamada-san.
Fuck. So, it really
a shitty one.
Wait, Yamada-san, did you know it was a...
$1 million ain't much to a guy like me, of course, but...
Wow, rich people are...
So, how about that
Well, actually, I found out...
Oh.
But you know, the average age of the people who do pass is 29. So I...
Ok.
Yeah, and when I do become a lawyer, you...
Looking...
Thanks. Have some sex...
Hang in there. 4 more years of sending money.
4 ans, il envoie de l'argent.
Takes for you.
Wait, what do you mean?
If he's getting caught up in a simple scam like this...
Hey now, don't be like that. He's just too honest, is all. And who knows, maybe...
I sure hope so.
Well, either way.
Yeah, well...
Your performance, I was the one...
Yeah.
Ok, bon. J'ai vu ce que je voulais voir. Oh. Bah, ça débloque l'amitié. C'est ça qu'il faut. L'amitié entre Kazuga et Adachi se renforce à Adachi qui acquiert désormais l'avantage d'expérience lorsqu'il n'est pas dans votre groupe actif. Adachi peut maintenant occuper le job d'hôte. Adachi peut maintenant occuper le job de chef. Comme Adachi a un job qui est overcheaté, je trouve. Donc il va garder son job en fait. Ah, Psycho s'en bat les couilles de moi en fait. Ah oui, d'accord. Non, non. Ciao. Voilà. Allons dans le vif du sujet. Il y a un truc à faire juste à côté. Voilà, c'est un truc secondaire, mais c'est à côté. On va le faire.
Time to clean up.
Let's go. Là, j'ai un nouveau mate. Pour ceux qui n'étaient pas là, j'ai le mec avec les cheveux blancs. Il est trop stylé, je trouve. Lui là. Il s'appelle June. Il est trop fort. Genre attaque déloyale, hop. Boum. Oh, lui par contre faut qu'on change son... Ah, suicidaire c'est quoi? L'ennemi aussi. Non mais c'est une attaque de sacrificiel ça. J'aime pas trop cette classe de garde du corps, je trouve ça nul. Je trouve ça limité en attaque, je trouve que ça rate trop d'attaques. C'est un peu chiant. 52. Oh ouais, non attends. On va faire plutôt vomi de flamme à l'ancienne. À l'ancienne. Et lui on va le laisser en clochard, parce que clochard c'est trop fort comme classe. Vraiment Oh je fais une brise de catch. Et il a mieux que la meuf. La meuf elle est beaucoup mieux maintenant. Parce que la meuf maintenant elle peut healer en zone. Et elle peut baisser la défense en zone. Et elle peut... En fait, elle a un sort de soin de zone. Ce qui est très bien. Et elle a un autre sort qui permet de baisser la défense en zone. Plus que tous les adversaires soient amoureux d'elle. Du coup les adversaires n'attaquent plus. Donc elle est forte avec 2 sorts. Mais je préfère le mec, il est plus stylé. Et à la base je voulais dégager le clochard. Mais finalement je le laisse parce qu'il a des attaques trop fortes maintenant. Elles sont beaucoup trop fortes je trouve. Donc du coup je vais le laisser. Vas-y on va changer la classe de lui là, Kazuga. Bonjour madame, changer de job. Alors, garde du corps du coup c'est pas ouf hein, je suis désolé mais c'est pas ouf du tout. Hot, j'aimerais bien tester Hot. Une vision totalement novatrice du job d'Hot permet de bousculer les ennemis et de les voler grâce à des techniques spéciales de maîtrise de soi. Est-ce que c'est bien? J'ai quoi? J'ai que ça en fait. Lanceur j'ai déjà testé, c'est pas ouf. Et un marteau. Il faut qu'on teste Hot. C'est quand même un job qui demande des prérequis quand même. Lui aussi, charisme 3. Force de l'ordre. Intelligence. Voyant. Alors je fais quoi au pire? Vous voulez quoi? Contremaître? Est-ce que vous voulez contremaître? C'est un mec qui se bat au marteau et qui a des techniques spéciales pour démolir toute résistance. Ou est-ce qu'on prend Hot? C'est un mec qui vole et qui bouscule ses ennemis. En fait, si je vous demande, c'est que je sais pas. Je sais pas quoi prendre. À tout, Turpi. Vas-y, au pire, on peut tester Hot, mais ça m'a l'air à chier en fait. Vas-y, au pire, on teste. Contremaître, allez. Contremaître, c'est parti. La tenue est éclatée au sol. Hein. Ok. Lui, il a débloqué quoi du coup? Force de... Ah, mais il est déjà en force de l'ordre. Force de l'ordre, c'est trop fort. C'est trop fort. Donc, il changera pas. Il aurait pu être chef. Et lui, sans abri, c'est trop fort aussi. Les flammes en zone et tout, je trouve ça trop fort. Lui, il est quoi? Tueur à gage? Ouais. Job propre à June, qui lui permet d'équiper un coup de poing américain, permet d'apprendre des techniques non mortelles avec des canards en bite ou des armes à feu, c'est trop fort. Garde du corps, c'est à chier. Haute, à chier. En fait, pas changer alors qu'il a déjà un truc de trop bien. Je change pas. Et là, je la laisse en healeuse. Donc, il n'y a que lui. Ah, attendez. Vous avez découvert l'aptitude destruction. En appuyant sur carré à proximité des points de destruction disséminés en ville, vous pourrez détruire des éléments autrement indestructibles. Vous pourrez ainsi accéder à des endroits auparavant inaccessibles. Alors ouvrez bien l'œil et débusquez. Ah mais putain. Merci. Tu vois, Jordi, grâce à toi, on va pouvoir casser des murs. Et débloquer des passages qu'on n'avait pas accès. Du coup, je suis niveau 1 par contre. Je suis niveau 1. Vas-y, on va aller là. Hein. On va à la mission directement, je pense. On va aller au clan Sérieux. Du coup, j'ai une nouvelle façon de me battre. Est-ce qu'on teste? Vas-y, on va tester. Ok, du coup, j'ai une masse. Alors, lui, on va faire. Mitraillage, vas-y. Alors, c'est quoi ces coups? Marteau de boss. L'utilisateur cible un ennemi et le frappe de toutes ses forces avec un marteau. Inflige de lourds dégâts à un ennemi au prochain tour de l'utilisateur. Ouais. Une attaque puissante qui inflige des dégâts à l'ennemi ainsi qu'à l'utilisateur. Puis payer le restant. Ah putain, encore un truc comme ça, j'aime pas ça. Ah, mais c'est long à attaquer contre maître. C'est un peu chiant. Ouais. Après, j'ai cette attaque cheatée. Tape en zone. Regardez ça. Si vous l'avez pas vu, je vous la montre. Voilà. Tout simplement. Voilà, voilà. C'est pour ça que je l'ai gardé en fait, parce qu'il a une attaque trop forte. Attaque abusée. Une attaque giga forte. T'as pas de nouveaux équipements toi? Bah tiens, ah non, j'ai recruté 100 000. Non, elle a que des équipements qui sont moins forts que ce que j'ai. Le boutique ne servira plus jamais. C'est à chier. Allez, Google en sérieux. Let's go. Mon contre-match, je suis pas fan pour l'instant. Hein.
You may enter.
Thank you, Chairman Hoshino. Captain Takabe said it would be okay for us to talk.
I heard. And I believe I already know why you've come. You've done us a great service. I would not still be leader of this clan if it weren't for you.
Does that mean the Seiryu clan's gonna pull through?
I can't say for sure yet. About 20 to 30% of our men defected to the Omi. The ones who stayed are grumbling behind my back. And it's hard to blame them. They just found out the Jincho standoff was all a sham.
Zhao told me he's giving up his position as the leader of the Liumang. Songhui is going to lead them.
Yes, I know.
You just know everything, huh?
Not everything. But I'll tell you what I do know. Eventually, the Seiryu clan will succumb to the Omi Alliance.
What?
For people who had nowhere to live outside the gray zones, the Great Wall of Muscle was their only protection. Now it's crumbling. That's a matter of life or death for them. Already rumors are flying into Jincho's political circles. Rumors that Ogikubo's lost his touch. I'm sure Aoki got those whispers going. He never lets a good crisis go to waste.
Oh, really?
Aoki knows it would destroy the party if it ever revealed their chair, Ogikubo, forged money for years. Now, Aoki can easily blackmail Ogikubo and force him to step down. Aoki will become the new party chair.
I don't get it. Why does he want to take Ogikubo's place so bad?
The party chair manages elections, so in that role, Aoki could nominate anyone he wants. He'll control the ruling party. Therefore, he'll control the nation.
The whole country will be under his thumb?
Yes. Especially if I'm right about his next move. I think he's gonna try to dissolve Parliament.
Dissolve Parliament? At a time like this? That's insane.
Prime Minister, I understand how you must feel, being unable to rely on Ogikubo-sensei. But honestly, I have the power to support you better than he ever could. If an election were held today, I could guarantee you 2/3 of the seats, minimum.
Do you have a solid plan for doing that?
Yes. I'll send Bleach Japan to the districts where the Citizens' Liberal Party is weakest. Bleach Japan can influence votes anywhere. They're incredibly popular. Plus, they have my endorsement. A victory for the party would, of course, move your personal political goals forward.
Oh.
Tell me, do you think you have the power to maintain the party's stability right now? We don't want it breaking up for lack of support from Ogikubo-sensei.
You can talk that way to the house, but not to me.
Appoint me to party chair and hold an election. If you don't, I'll be forced to make public the nature of Ogikubo-sensei's crimes. That would mean the end of not only your administration, but the party itself.
But there's no precedent for someone serving as both governor and party chair. Besides, you're much too young.
If age is what you want, start digging for some old fossil who can stop me. That is, if you think you can find one. Anyone in particular come to mind?
Aoki's scheme to destroy the Great Wall worked. Now he's got Mabuchi and the Omi at his command. So much power, vested in just one man. And it had to be Masato Arakawa. Kasuga, I know you never intended to be at the center of all this. It was pure coincidence that you were there when the soap landowner died. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. Lucky me.
But one thing I don't believe is a coincidence, is that you ended up in Ijincho.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do you still have that fake bill?
Yeah. Didn't you say you knew how it ended up on me?
Yes. Only one person in the world could have put that bill in your pocket.
Who? Who is it?
Masumi Arakawa himself.
Arakawa-san? No, he's the one who shot me.
Yes, I'm aware he shot you. But did you ever consider that maybe he did that so you would end up here?
What?
That fake bill was his letter of introduction between you and me. It was to let me know that you were one of Masumi Arakawa's men.
Kind of a weird way to introduce us, don't you think?
I think what it means is Arakawa's goals do not align with those of Ryo Aoki.
Well, then, what are Arakawa's goals?
I really can't say, but I do know that he means business. He wouldn't have used that bill if he didn't.
Chairman, how exactly do you know Arakawa-san?
Well, that's a long story. And there's a much better place than here to tell it. Heian Tower.
Heian Tower?
Yes. That's where my fate intertwined with Arakawa's. He sure seems to be partial to Peking duck.
Yeah.
Let's have it for lunch tomorrow. My treat. I'll make the reservation.
Ok. Et du coup là je suis en chaussette. J'étais en chaussette dans la cinématique. Ah oui je suis en chaussette. Quand je sors je suis en chaussures. Waouh. Trop fort en fait. Il y a des cœurs ici. Non. Ah, je te parle à qui? Ah.
Listen.
Il y a une minute Ichiban. Il y a un truc qui me turlupine, qui me turpinatine depuis que j'ai entendu ce que tu as dit sur le président Oshino. Hein? Vas-y, je t'écoute. Tu te souviens qu'il a dit que tu t'es pas retrouvé à Jinsho par hasard?
Ok.
Ouais, un truc du style. Pendant que tu te vidais de ton sang après t'être fait tirer dessus, moi je courais de partout pour trouver de quoi te soigner. Je pense pas que tu t'en souviennes. Non, je te serai à jamais reconnaissant pour ce que tu as fait pour moi. Tu sais sûrement pas non plus que la personne qui m'a demandé de t'aider, c'est le chef. Eh, t'es au milieu de la nuit, je dormais tranquille. Et le chef a déboulé, il était avec d'autres gars et il m'a demandé de te sauver la vie. Et maintenant que j'y réfléchis, je me demande bien pourquoi il a fait ça. Comment ça? Il te faut une raison pour sauver la vie d'un homme mourant? Si tu avais été l'un des nôtres, je t'aurais fait sans chercher à comprendre. Et un Yakuza avec une blessure par balle, c'est pas la même chose. Ils voulaient te sauver à ce point, pourquoi est-ce qu'ils t'ont pas emmené à l'hôpital? Pourquoi ils t'ont pas appelé une ambulance? C'est pas faux. Je pense que les chefs voulaient pas que ça s'ébruite. Je vois. Il y a sûrement une bonne raison de te sauver. Même si on sait pas encore laquelle. Imagine. Je pense que ça a un lien avec ce que le président Oshino a dit, le fait que tu sois pas là par hasard. Je pense que le chef nous cachait des choses. On a tous nos petits secrets, tu sais.
Hey.
Tu as un peu de temps devant toi avant ton rendez-vous. Peut-être bien que tu ailles parler au chef. Ah. Donc le chef, il sait des choses. Le chef. Le chef qui est, oui, qui est là d'ailleurs. D'ailleurs, le sushi premium, hein, depuis le début du jeu, on sait pas où il est. Hein. Parce qu'à la fin, on le trouvera. Pour l'instant, on l'a pas. Alors, du coup, là, là et là. Voilà. Let's go. Alors. Déjà, est-ce que je peux voler? Oui. Voler. Je vole pas, je ramasse par terre. Il y a... Oh non, pas lui encore. Avec ses potes là. Putain, mais eux ils font vraiment... Aïe aïe aïe. Et boum. Alors, le chef est là. Hello chef. Thématique ou pas?
Chief.
Oui.
My friend's got some questions about the day I was dumped in this town.
Yeah.
Yoyoyo, comment tu
I
vas?
want to know why you didn't just abandon Ichiban or dump him at a hospital. If you don't mind telling us, I'm sure we'd all appreciate it.
Tranquille, et toi?
I see.
Le 6, t'as vu, il y a Dark and Darker qui arrive.
Fine. And I'll tell you. It's as good a time as any.
What?
There's an old tradition in this homeless camp. A responsibility passed down through the chiefs for many years.
What responsibility?
On occasion, when we're asked, we dispose of bodies.
What?
Bodies?
Yeah. There's a Yakuza family from Kamurocho who pays us to do it. They're called Arakawa.
Arakawa? Seriously? They, was this going on while they were still Tojo?
I don't know every detail, but yes. The arrangement existed at that time. It existed before I started living here. We've dealt with all kinds of bodies, whether they've been shot, stabbed, beaten, no matter how nasty. We dug holes and buried them under garbage. Who knows how many are there now? Back during the bubble, we got one every month. Or so I was told. Since I became chief.
Ah, mais moi j'ai jusqu'au 6 pour finir. Yakuza.
Damn. Arakawa the assassin.
But there's one more secret rule. It applies to anyone the Arakawa bring here alive.
A secret within the secret. Great.
What happens if they bring someone alive?
We're supposed to give the person medical aid, then let them go free, while pretending they're dead.
What's up with that?
In the criminal underworld, there's always people wanting to fake their own death. Gamblers, guys on the run, anyone who's afraid someone will hurt them. They send people like that here, and we honor the secret agreement. I think it might actually be a service the Arakawa family provides, but obviously they don't advertise it. So it ended up being a very rare event.
Is that agreement why you saved me? This live body rule?
You got it.
What sort of guy dropped me off here?
I mean, probably just someone from the family. I had no reason to check or anything. The guy lugged you out of the trunk of a car. You were covered in blood. He paid me and left. Didn't say a single thing the whole time.
I'm sorry, Ichi. You have to die. I'm counting on you, Ichi.
Huh? What the? After Arakawa-san shot me, I think he said something. I think it was, I'm counting on you, Ichi.
What would that even mean?
No clue. But the more I think about it, the more I'm sure he said that.
Ah.
Look,
Notre maître est toujours là du coup pour nous.
What?
I don't want to dash your hopes or anything. But when you were dumped here, you were on death's doorstep. You're only alive because everything I did went exactly the way we needed it to. But it could have easily gone a different way. I know you want to trust Arakawa, but...
I think Arakawa-san had to shoot me. All the other Yakuza at that meeting were watching him.
Huh?
Never mind. You don't get it. Forget I said anything.
Aïe aïe. Par contre, Exo, le 7. Je jouerai que le 6, hein, du coup. Le 7, ce sera pas possible. Je sais pas si ça va être l'heure d'aller à la tour. Yann, tu es censé déjeuner avec le président Oshino, c'est ça? Ah oui, là ça va être du lore, là, je pense. Ça va être du lore, je pense. Alors, mais c'est hors de la ville, je vais prendre le métro, non? Ou est-ce que les villes sont reliées? La tour Yann, c'est pas... dans l'autre ville? Ah, bizarre tout ça. Bizarre, non? Oula, vous êtes pas à côté de moi, là? Ah, voilà, merci. Mais lui c'est chiant parce que il a pas d'attaque du coup. J'ai changé de classe. Ok, charge téméraire. Tu sais quoi, lui, en vrai, comme on est à côté du camp, go ulti. Je laisse l'animation, je l'aime bien. Ouais. Et voilà. On reprend les PM. Hop, et on repart. Le taxi juste là, on prend le taxi. Et on va ici. Parce qu'en fait, le 7, il y a Hogwarts Legacy qui sort. Donc le 7, bah, malheureusement, je pourrais peut-être que jouer que le soir. Et encore, si Hogwarts, je pense que je vais le bouffer. Donc peut-être que je jouerai après manger, je sais pas. On verra comment je vais faire pour Hogwarts. C'est vrai que ça va me saouler de pas y jouer. Alors j'attends le jeu comme le Messi. Du coup là on est où, dans la première ville ou pas en fait? Je sais pas trop en fait où on est là. Mitraillage sur toi. Ok. Après on a quand même 10 niveaux d'avance hein. Est-ce que l'auto-attaque ça suffirait pas? Je fais une auto-attaque. Ouais ça met mid-life quand même hein. Ouais je pense que ça le fait hein. Auto-attaque. Oui, ça le fait large. Ça le fait large, les gars. Du coup, j'ai l'impression qu'ici c'est le début du jeu, mais peut-être que je me trompe encore une fois. Ah non, parce que la tour Yen, c'est pas ça. Non, je suis pas, je suis à Yokohama encore. Ah non, ça c'est la tour. Ok, je vais capter. Avec le tigre. Je crois, hein. Je pense à tout confondre là.
I went ahead and got started.
You sure you don't mind treating me?
What? Are you actually able to pay?
Wish I could, but I don't think they'd take this.
You don't sound like you're gonna relax during this meal.
Depends on what you say. Hopefully I'll relax enough to enjoy the duck. So, how do you know Arakawa-san? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It wasn't long after the war the counterfeit bills started being produced in Ijincho. It was top secret. Only the heads of the Seiryu clan and the Liumang, plus some officers, knew about it. Outside of that inner circle, they also had to hire people to smuggle the bills.
Smugglers?
And one of them was a traveling actor. His name was Toshio Arakawa. He was Masumi Arakawa's father.
What?
One day, he came to us saying he lost an entire suitcase filled with 100 mil in fake yen. No excuse in the world could have saved him. A mistake that grave required the Seiryu clan to make an example out of him for the other smugglers.
Non, c'est le clan Seiryu qui a tué le père de Arakawa.
Only a few people at the top even knew about the counterfeiting. It wasn't a task they could hand to just anybody. So I, being next in line to inherit the clan, was entrusted to carry it out.
So did you actually...
Yes. I killed Toshio Arakawa, father of Masumi Arakawa, in this very place, 40 years ago. But I had no idea who was in the room with my target. By the time
Ah oui, je me rappelle,
a
ok.
14-year-old son. It was too late.
C'est lui qui l'a tué du coup.
Go through with the hit, knowing this boy would see his father die. To make my guilt even worse, later I found out why Toshio lost the fake bills.
Sa femme c'était une connasse aussi à Arakawa.
Those two fell into the ocean and disappeared. Their corpses were never even found.
So Arakawa-san lost both his parents, one after the other.
And his only other friends, the theater troupe, disbanded soon after without their leader. Masumi Arakawa became a drifter, along with a few other actors. They couldn't trust anyone, so what other path was there for them, except becoming Yakuza in Kamurocho?
Ok, intéressant. C'est vrai qu'on n'avait pas le tueur du père et du coup c'est lui. Je vois.
Arakawa joined a low-ranking family in the Tojo clan called the Hikawa family. Life wasn't easy for him there. They were the kind of family that took hits without thinking twice.
Really?
Yes. So they were always in need of ways to dispose of a body. Masumi Arakawa was tapped to help with that, and he was extremely cautious. To do it, he started coming all the way to the homeless camp in Ijincho.
Really? Even though the family was based in Tokyo? Why?
Well, truthfully, he wanted an excuse to come to Yokohama, because it would afford him opportunities to hunt his father's killer.
I see. So Arakawa-san was using the homeless camp to dispose of bodies all the way back then.
Indeed. As for his hunt, he researched Yakuza and criminals every time he was here. All he started with was a single clue. His own childhood memory of the suspicious waiter he saw here that night. Eventually, 7 years after the murder, I received an invitation to come here. He signed his invitation Masumi Arakawa. It was a bold declaration, and I knew immediately the running would be futile.
Ouais, il a retrouvé du coup le
So I
boss.
came here, alone. I didn't even bring a bodyguard.
Why the hell not?
Well, to put it simply, I was prepared to die.
But, I mean...
In this line of work, there are no good ways to die. And I can think of worse ways to go that would not give that boy the justice he'd earned. The memory of what I'd done to him never left me, you know. It was always like a small bone stuck in my throat. He was sitting right where you are now.
Here?
Yes. He didn't look a day over 20. But his eyes had that hard, flinty gaze of an old killer. I couldn't help myself. I told him everything. I told him why I killed Toshio Arakawa. I even told him about the secret counterfeiting. I figured I was dead anyway. He had a gun in his hand, and all he had to do was pull the trigger. But he never once interrupted me. When I'd finished, he slowly stood up. I stopped him as he turned to leave. "Didn't you come here for revenge?" I asked.
And? What did he say?
He said, "If only you had ignored my invitation, then I could have shot you in the back." Then he left.
Boss.
In 1984, the 10,000 yen bill changed from the face of Prince Shotoku to Yukichi Fukuzawa. By that time, Arakawa had found his own Yakuza family, so I sent him a gift.
What was it?
A fresh batch of crisp fake bills featuring Yukichi Fukuzawa. They were defective prints with nothing on the back. Not exactly legal tender.
Premier, pourquoi c'est vide derrière?
How was that a gift?
It's hard to explain. If I had to say, it was out of gratitude.
Sure, but for what?
I should have died that day I met with Arakawa. I would have been right. And yet he spared me. Not only that, but he lifted a terrible weight from my chest. Furthermore, it's not an exaggeration to say the equilibrium among the Ijin Three continues to this day because of him.
Wow.
I owe him an unfathomable debt. And one day, I must pay it back. The defective bills were how I chose to communicate the sentiment. The counterfeiting secret is Ijincho's weakness. And it was only thanks to Arakawa that the Ijin Three could continue to secretly wield that power. But of course, that means if he ever feels like it was a mistake to let me live, he can use the fake bills to unravel everything I've built. The gift wasn't the bills themselves. They were leverage. I actually wrote something on the back to that effect. Neither justice nor mercy should tip the scale. It means that those in power must reward and punish where necessary. I felt it was an appropriate message. I suppose the writing is faded at this point.
Whoa. So that's the whole story.
Up till this moment. But now I'm sitting across from a man holding one of those fake bills. Which, of course, is a message from Arakawa that only I could understand. The message is, Masumi Arakawa sees you as a beloved family member.
Arakawa-san thinks of me as family.
He would not have placed that bill in your pocket lightly. Do you see its significance now? After everything I've told you? There is almost no doubt in my mind that Arakawa did not want you killed. So he didn't shoot you out of malice. He shot you so that you would be brought here, be saved by the homeless, and eventually meet up with me. Do you see? That's everything I can tell you.
Ok. Intéressant.
Plenty. Thank you, Chairman. I see it all now. I always kind of figured.
You did? Well, it's your move now. I've only told you what I know, so...
It's okay. That's enough.
C'est le fils contre le père, finalement.
Well, I don't hear that often.
Yeah, neither do I. Not even from my friends. But those friends are trustworthy to me. And so are you. I believe everything you said. And My faith in Arakawa-san is coming back strong.
Kasuga,
Yeah?
are you a blood relative of Arakawa's?
No, it's not like that.
I see. Well, he must have been happy to have such loyalty as yours. As proud as any father, I think.
Oula, ça sent le gun ça. Quoi ça? J'ai eu peur. Ok, bah chapitre 11 du coup, hein. Ça va vite, hein. La fin, je trouve que ça va vite, ce chapitre. Chapitre 11, le jeu des probabilités.
Nagatacho has been rocked by party chair Ogikubo's sudden retirement due to illness. Long a central figure in politics, Ogikubo was the prime minister's last ally in keeping parliament together.
An election shall be held to reaffirm the will of the people. I look forward to a new Citizens Liberal Party and a new cabinet.
The prime minister made more shockwaves later that day. In the afternoon, he announced he would appoint Ryo Aoki to Ogikubo's now vacant post. Aoki will be the first sitting governor to also serve as the ruling party's chair. This bold move is sure to have ripple effects.
Et pour l'instant, le fils Arakawa monte en grade.
How are you feeling, former chairman?
Surely the governor of Tokyo can read. My sign says no visitors.
Oh, suddenly rules are important to you.
Naturally.
Shouldn't you concern yourself with the rules you've already broken? For example, counterfeiting. Your crimes put the entire national economy at risk.
Do you know how many lives were saved by what you call a crime? Hundreds. Any politician can say they built a road or passed a law. But how many can say they caught people who fell through the cracks? You think you're talented enough to do that in my stead?
Oh, I've got plenty of talents. I just use them very differently compared to you. For example, I managed to fit your downfall into my already very busy schedule.
The governor is the party chair. Nothing could be more ripe for corruption.
Oh, everything I'm gonna do will be labeled scandalous by withered old men like you. But by next year, Japan will have a new standard, and it will have been written by me.
Spoken like a true amateur.
Amateur, huh? Let me ask you. Do you remember my first election 10 years ago? I asked you for the Citizens Liberal Party endorsement. You insulted me. Your exact words were, "Bleach Japan is a bunch of kids playing at politics." Your home district is Kanagawa's second. Isn't that right? I'm happy to tell you, Bleach Japan will be running a candidate there in the next election cycle. And he'll have the Citizens Liberal Parties ringing.
J'ai pas vu, il y a Joe derrière. Ils sont alliés du coup finalement.
So, how does it feel to have everything taken from you by a bunch of kids?
De mourir d'une crise
Candidate's
cardiaque.
victory in Kanagawa's District 2 is all but certain. So I've come up with a plan for taking out the trash in Ijincho. Of course, we'll probably lose half the population.
Are you calling the people of Ijincho trash?
I'm calling them disposable.
Pardon me?
What did you call them? People who fell through the cracks? Can't you see that's their own fault for becoming so dependent on the gray zones? They're responsible for maintaining their home, and they failed. That's what makes them disposable. But I must be going. As I said, I've got a busy schedule. Happy retirement, my former chair. I truly wish that for you. hope you'll visit Ijincho after its beautiful new developments are complete. You'll hardly recognize it, and I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see it.
Ne clame, c'est le vieux.
So, it's your hideout?
Yep, go ahead. Make yourself at home.
I'd love to, but where could I even do that?
J'aimerais trop qu'il nous rejoigne lui. Je kiffe ce perso.
Footage of this
Zao.
place leaves something to be desired.
Well, excuse me. I'm hearing some pretty high standards for a couple of pad crashers.
We're not crashing it. Namba-san gave us permission.
Who the hell says no to Jungi Han when he has to stay the night? I mean, it's freaking Jungi Han.
Hey, where are the rest of your people now that Komijul HQ is gone?
They're fixing the surveillance system. It will take some time for it to be fully restored.
Well, I get why Jun Gihan is staying here, since his place is a pile of ashes. What's Zhao's excuse? It's not like I could just keep living in Qingchen after stepping down from the Liumeng. Wouldn't have sent the right message. So, I've joined the ranks of the homeless. Still doesn't explain why you need to stay here.
Maybe because information collects where people do.
Oh mon rêve, il nous rejoint. Zao, la fouine.
We do? But we don't even know what happened to Bleach Japan. Did the police ever put a stop to all that craziness?
The police? Kasuga-kun, haven't you seen the news?
No, haven't had the time.
Well, Bleach Japan's reputation in Ijincho, hell all of Japan, is golden after the Komijul thing.
What?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe the headlines. Despite peril, brave Bleach Japan topples Komijul gang. Grassroots org achieves what police never could. Shit like that.
Wow, great journalism. No spin at all.
That's not even the worst of it. The reports say that Komijul committed arson during its fight with Bleach Japan. And in the blaze, Bleach Japan director Ogasawara perished.
He's dead?
Wait, what happened? He was definitely alive after the fire. That's when we interrogated him.
Yeah, then the Omi Alliance rescued him. Why would he be... Wait, did they?
Yes, they probably killed him. I had that thought right away. At least he died the way he wanted to, as a hero of the revolution.
That guy? A hero? Why'd they kill him?
Because he squawked like a bird when you interrogated him. Why wouldn't they off the guy? Now they're just milking his death for all it's worth. Honestly, it's a brilliant move, making it look like he died in the Komijul fire. No crime reports, cops and doctors wouldn't bat an eye. And Bleach Japan gets a nice, tragic death to go on about.
Damn. I wish we'd picked a fight with dumber enemies.
But what can we do? Go to the police and explain how we abducted Ogasawara?
What would be the point? Half the force is on Mabuchi's payroll. No, they would just book our asses.
So Aoki has everyone marching along to his little tune. All in step.
Young master.
Okay, Bleach Japan's got us by the short hairs there. But what about the fact they were trespassing on Komijul property?
Well, they must have figured the public would think the ends justified the means. And they were right. The public thinks Bleach Japan is the hero of this story. The police will never prosecute them for trespassing.
At this rate, the Komijul and the Liumeng are going to be extinct in Ijincho. And people like you who give us shelter will be an endangered species. I wish I didn't have to say this, but I suggest you make other living arrangements.
I can't. I'm waiting for someone to contact me here.
Who?
Arakawa-san, he's about to go all in with his next gamble. When that happens, you'll need strong allies.
More than he's already got?
I can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'll be in touch.
Well then. But isn't Masumi Arakawa the man who shot you?
The boss wasn't trying to kill me. He shot me so I could live.
Sorry, but don't you think that's still kinda fucked up?
It's a long story. Buy me a beer sometime and I'll tell you all about it. But right now, while we've got you on the team, we need to get shit done. And we need to stock up on money and supplies because nobody knows what the hell will happen next.
That's for sure.
Ah, Zao a rejoint le groupe. D'accord. Et ça va être compliqué dans le groupe là, il n'y a plus de place hein. Avec la chute de la Grande Muraille et la hausse de la criminalité à Yokohama, les voyous en ville ont gagné en puissance. Prenez garde, vous risquez d'affronter des ennemis inédits et redoutables. Ah! La responsabilité de Zao en tant que chef de l'Uemang de Yokohama l'ont endurci face au saignement et la peur et la rage. Ok, il a tout en fait. Du coup, j'ai un nouveau membre dans ma clique. Zao. C'est quoi son job à lui? Gangster. Ok. J'ai aucun équipement d'anneaux. Il y a personne qui a des anneaux dans mon équipe. Où est-ce que je peux acheter des anneaux? Pas du tout en fait. Il y a rien. Où je peux acheter des anneaux? On va quand même vérifier là, mais à mon avis, j'y ai rien. Salut Shiban, comment ça va?
Hey.
Ça va plutôt pas mal, et toi? Pas mal à me plaindre, dis je peux te demander un service, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tu pourrais m'aider à sortir mes poubelles? Poubelles? Je veux bien, mais pourquoi? Juste que j'ai fait du rangement et j'ai jeté pas mal de choses. Mais c'est pas à la minute, hein. Il y a certains trucs qui sont trop lourds pour moi, c'est tout. Passe quand tu as le temps. Ah. Super. On donne un truc de fou, mais non. Faudra que je passe voir Amaku quand j'aurai le temps. Le truc lourd, ça va être des cadavres, je pense. Elle a dû tuer des gens, la petite dame. Vous vendez des anneaux, madame, s'il vous plaît. Vous vendez pas d'anneaux. Ben... Tant pis, hein. Pardon. Pardon. Ouais. Ah, merci. Je vais couper la VOD.